All right. What's your
How you
name?
doing today? My name is LaShawn Tosin.
All right. So, what is the best thing about camp this year?
I would say definitely coming back here because we haven't been here in a while. And I say the best thing about camp is bringing a bunch of people together. Even though people that we don't know, like for example Henry, I didn't know him, but he's actually a good kid. He's smart, really. He wants to be engaged with actually learning about Christ and learning about what Jesus did for us and how he sacrificed his life for our sins. And I really like that about him. And that we can all come together and have fun. We were just playing basketball, that's why I'm sweaty, and engaging with the little kids and guiding them into the right direction as well. Since we're older, with a new generation, with the next generation that's going to be taking over. So we have to put obviously hands, but gentle hands on the kids and guide them into the right direction. That's what I like about camp right now.
What advice would you give to the next group coming in next year?
That's a good question. I would definitely say when being a Christian, it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard, but you don't have to always fit in a crowd. You can always be that person to stand out and always set an example. Because once you stand out, other people will notice that, and they will actually want to be, why does he stand out so much? And they will actually want to invest their time with you, and then that will be bringing someone to Christ. You could be that person that can lead somebody or guide somebody to actually pursue a better relationship with God or achieve something that they want from God. So that's definitely what I have.
Right on, right on. All right, Sabria. All right. So, what is the best thing about camp this year?
I would say the fellowship and the activities that they have there.
Okay. So, if there was any advice you would give to anyone coming next year, what would it be?
To participate and give the camp a chance and open your heart to God when the mentors are trying to give you lessons and stuff.
My name is Aiden.
Aiden. Nice to meet you, Aiden.
Nice to meet you too.
So, what is the best thing that you like about camp this year?
I like playing like games and you can make new friends that you maybe never seen before or just never talked to.
So, what advice would you give someone else coming next year?
The advice I would give for someone coming next year is to have fun because this may only happen one time. So like be like ready, live this moment like to the fullest.
Yo, that's awesome advice.
Imani. My name is Kennedy.
Me, I like about camp when I'm with my friends and when I have company when I'm asleep or something.
What I like best about the camp was when we got to ride the boats and when I share the cabins with my friends.
That's nice.
What piece of advice would you give someone else coming in next year?
Sometimes it's gonna be hard, sometimes it's gonna be like good. You're going to get sleepy sometimes, but it's gonna be hard, but the next time it's gonna be good when you're here the first time. When I was here the first time, it was pretty good.
Okay.
So all I gotta say is don't be scared because actually it's not that scary if you're like sleeping in a cabin. The people in the cabins are really friendly. There's nothing to be scared about. You'll meet new people that are really nice, and you have great teachers.
My name Henry.
Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Henry, so what is the best thing you like about camp this year?
Probably being able to connect to all the kids, talk amongst ourselves, talk about stuff, talk about life, without games, I guess. Well, we play games, but like not with the internet, like just the time to chill from the internet, and also playing basketball, just vibing without having to use electronics.
Okay. What piece of advice would you give someone else coming next year?
Don't eat in the rooms, they gonna catch you.
No eating in the room.
All right, but also another thing is be it's okay to play around, but be mindful and like don't go starting fights. Like sometimes things get heated, but still at the end of the day we all cool. So Yeah, just chill out. Yeah, just don't crash out, and then you'll be alright.
Gotcha. All right.
Trinity.
Trinity, nice to meet you, Trinity.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so what is the best thing about camp this year? And you're a vet. You've been here a couple times, so.
The food.
The food?
Yeah.
That's the best thing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the food's the food. All right, what advice would you give someone else coming next year?
Don't be afraid to come out. Don't be afraid to come out. When we ask questions, don't be scared to share. Cause I don't care if it's the wrong answer or right answer. At least you're sharing.
Right, and that's important. Hey, let your voice be heard, right? And your questions get answered. All right. Keith, nice to meet you, Keith. So what is the best thing you liked about camp this year?
About learning faith and some other stuff, like fruitful.
About fruitfulness? Mm-hmm. Yep, all right. So what piece of advice would you give someone else coming next year?
Have a great time and learn about new stuff.
All right, Greg, good to have you. Thank you for your time. So, two questions actually. The first question is, what is the biggest takeaway from this year's 2024 youth camp?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway it came with was not limiting yourself with whatever God is telling you to do with your life.
All right, so what would be your piece of advice you would give to next year's crew coming in?
I think my biggest advice would be for anyone who's anxious or nervous about, just trying new things to always be honest about it and, know that it's going to be okay. And just take the risk and trust God.
Awesome. DeJuan. Nice to meet you, DeJuan.
Nice to meet you too.
So, what is the biggest takeaway from camp this year for you?
The biggest takeaway for camp this year for me was faith. Like learning about faith, what it is, and how to apply it in our life.
Gotcha. So what advice would you give the next crew coming in next year?
I would tell them go to sleep. Go to sleep. Because, or take a nap. Because they be tired.
Yeah. I say, let me sleep. Go to sleep so I can sleep.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. As a new counselor, I graduated to Bro DeJuan now, instead of just DeJuan.
Brother. Okay.
Which means I get tired more early.
You sound real old, right? You
I
sound
feel
over
old.
30.
I feel over 30 because they came in and my peace was disturbed as soon as they came in so late, making all that noise, giggling, laughing. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I would tell them go to sleep for our peace.
I second and third and fourth that.
You want a real answer?
I wanted a real
That was
answer.
my real answer.
Hey, well, thank you, DeJuan,
Thank
for
you.
this interview.
Thank you.